First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Andrew Walster. I have a lovely local government title, which is Assistant Director of Streetscene and Greensp, and I'm also here on behalf of the UK DEA today as well. We have 5 excellent speakers for you in this second session. Tanya is going to talk about moving towards the standardising of heat networks, business case modelling. Mike is going to talk to you about the small hamlet just over there known as Birmingham. I will talk to you about the great metropolis of Coventry in a minute. Ian is going to talk to you about financing and money. Toby is going to talk to you about partnering with the public sector. I shall look forward to that particularly. And Tim is going to talk to you about less waste and more growth. So a riveting session hopefully for us to move on. But just before we start, let me tell you a little bit about the UK DEA and some of the work that's been happening in Coventry. So the UK DEA is a non-trade and not-for-profit organisation working with a number of people who are involved in district energy and decentralised networks. We offer guidance, raise awareness. We have a wide different sectors of members, and we started in 2010 by 6 full founder members. Coventry wasn't one of the founder members, but we are one of the full members now, and we're growing rapidly as an organisation. One of the things we hope to do is to provide free help and advice to our members. Happy to help each other, and ourselves in Coventry have hosted a number of UK DE members over the last 12 months to look at what we've been doing in the city. We look for policy and research, and also to help try and guide and push government in the right direction. We're also there to provide technical and our research and design and information notes to our member organisations. These are our key members at the moment, and as you can see, we have a predominantly heat source from energy from waste, which is what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about in Coventry in a second. These are the main members of the UK DEA, and you can see we're fairly geographically spread from Lerwick all the way down to Exeter. There are various membership categories covering the whole of the industry, from equipment suppliers to local authorities to installers and just interested parties. There are 2 types of membership: associate members and full members. If you want some more information about the UK DEA, my colleague Simon Woodward would be very happy to help you, and his contact details are given there and will be in the slides later on. Let me tell you a little bit about what we've been doing in Coventry. Coventry has had its own energy from waste plant or incinerator since 1975, so it is 40 years old. However, it's a little bit like Trigger's broom. It's had more grates, different types of emissions controls, etc., that whilst bits of the building might be from 1975, most of what is inside isn't. It did have a district heating network from the late 70s until 2008, feeding the local Peugeot car plant. When Peugeot ceased manufacture in the city, we also ceased district heating. However, we did some work in 2009 to 2011 looking at how we might take heat again from a waste heat source. And I'm pleased to say that what we've delivered is a district heating network into the city centre using the local authority and public sector buildings as the anchor load. So very quickly, we physically delivered a new district heating network. There's something in the region of 6 to 7 kilometres of pipe gone into the ground over the last 2 years. We have refurbished the old heat transfer station at the energy from waste plant, and we've put in a city centre heat store and heat transfer station within the city. The City Council has now switched from fossil fuel in the majority of its city centre buildings to a low carbon heat source. It has helped the council meet its carbon reduction commitments. However, having dropped out of carbon reduction commitments as a city council, we then got a lovely letter from the Treasury saying that you've done very well in reducing your carbon, Coventry. Now, would you like to pay us compensation because we're not collecting enough tax? It isn't really an incentive, is it? It could save us, when we have the system up and running, 25,000 tonnes of carbon, but at the moment it's saving us about 1,300 tonnes per year. It will improve the local air quality, fewer points of emission, etc. It reduces the price of heat and sets our heat for a longer period of time. and it was supported by 2.3 million of HCA funding. I think I've said that enough times now that I can take that one off the slide. Very quickly, how is it structured? 2 local authorities own the energy from waste plant, who are the heat supplier at the top. The heat supplier is a arm's length wholly owned company by the 2 local authorities. Cofley, who you're going to hear from shortly from Mike, are the heat shipper. And then at the moment there are 4 key customers providing the anchor load for the heat from the network. Slight warning, you have to dig up lots of road to put this sort of network in. I am only the 2nd most unpopular man in Coventry. The most unpopular man is my colleague who looks after highways. I narrowly outranked him for about 6 months in 2010 when we dug up half the city centre, including the roads and the cobbled streets by the cathedral. But it is worth it. You eventually do deliver something. So I hope you enjoy the rest of today's presentations. We will try and get through to lunch for you for 1:30. Otherwise, the noise of rumbling stomachs may drown out the presenters. So first of all, I'd like to call Tanya Gross to deliver her presentation. Thank you.